Negative thoughts are inevitable. They emerge from the subconscious, shaped by past experiences, fears, and emotional patterns. These thoughts are often rooted in the ego, which thrives on doubt, fear, and insecurity. When we live unconsciously, these negative thoughts tend to dominate our minds, leading us down a path of frustration, confusion, and emotional imbalance. The more importance we give to these thoughts, the more they manifest, creating a vicious cycle of negativity. In reality, negative thoughts are not simply mental disturbances. They generate an emotional burden that affects the body. They can trigger stress reactions, disrupt the flow of energy, and harm overall well-being. This is where the practice of semen retention plays a fundamental role. Semen retention helps to clarify the mind by refocusing energy inward. It allows one to shift from a reactive to a proactive attitude, gaining greater control over one's inner state. By conserving this energy, one acquires better control over one's thoughts and emotions, thus reducing the influence of negativity. The practice of semen retention is inherently spiritual because it teaches mental and physical discipline. With practice, you develop a greater awareness of your thoughts and feelings, allowing you to identify negative patterns. You begin to notice the emergence of negative thoughts, and instead of letting them overwhelm you, you create the space to choose a different, more positive response. This is where the true power of semen retention lies, not in the suppression of negativity, but in the elevation of consciousness, so that one is no longer subject to the whims of one's thoughts. Moreover, negative thoughts often arise from lack or fear. They are the projection of our subconscious insecurities. By retaining one's semen, one accesses a powerful source of vitality that revitalizes self-esteem. This inner strength directly counteracts feelings of inadequacy or insecurity. As a result, negative thoughts stemming from fear or insecurity lose their hold. The more you deepen your retention process, the more your mindset will evolve. What once seemed like overwhelming negative patterns can now be perceived as fleeting thoughts with no real power over you. You begin to understand that the more you cultivate your inner strength through semen retention, the less room negativity has to take root in your mind. This is the fundamental shift. You are no longer a victim of your thoughts, but the master of your mental world. One of the main benefits of semen retention is the preservation of energy. According to many spiritual traditions, semen is considered a vital essence that fuels physical vitality and mental clarity. By conserving one's semen, one preserves this vital energy and redirects it toward higher goals, such as spiritual growth, creativity, and mental focus. Negative thoughts thrive when energy is lacking. Adopting bad habits, such as excessive sexual activity or premature ejaculation, leads to a drop in energy. This drop creates an energy void in the body and mind that negative thoughts try to fill. One can then feel tired, confused, or overwhelmed, and have more difficulty controlling their thoughts. The mind begins to wander, and negativity takes hold. Seminal retention helps conserve energy and improve mental clarity. This energy conservation fosters heightened awareness, essential for recognizing negative thoughts as soon as they arise. Instead of being overwhelmed, one can observe them without judgment. This is the beginning of spiritual freedom, the ability to detach oneself from the fluctuations of the mind. Furthermore, seminal retention enhances concentration. One becomes more aware of one's thought patterns and more easily recognizes the emergence of negativity. The clearer the mind, the more room there is for positive and uplifting thoughts to take root. Negative thoughts gradually fade away, becoming a distant memory, powerless against your mind. You can then refocus your attention on personal growth, self-improvement, and spiritual practices that raise your consciousness. In this process, the mind becomes a haven of peace, free from negative energy. Energy, once scattered, now concentrates and focuses. Negative thoughts, like stones thrown into a pond, create fleeting disturbances that quickly dissipate without a trace. This is the power of semen retention. It protects you from negative thoughts. It restores balance, clarity, and inner peace. Semen retention is not merely a physical practice. It is profoundly spiritual. It's about connecting with your higher self and accessing a level of consciousness that transcends the ego and the mind. Seminal retention is a form of spiritual discipline, an act of respect for the life force within you. By withholding your semen, you cultivate an inner strength, independent of external circumstances and fleeting emotions. When negative thoughts arise, they often stem from the ego's desire to control or resist the present moment. The ego thrives on fear, judgment, and insecurity, but higher consciousness, the true self, operates in peace, understanding, and acceptance. Through semen retention, you begin to free yourself from the ego and its negative patterns. You begin to perceive life through the prism of your higher self, immune to the distractions and limitations of the lower mind. This process isn't about suppressing negative thoughts, but about raising your consciousness to a higher frequency, where those thoughts no longer have the same impact. The more you preserve your sperm, the more you align with your higher self. This results in a deeper connection to universal truths, divine wisdom, and unwavering inner peace. Furthermore, seminal retention allows for a deeper connection with your divine energy. This energy is vast and limitless, transcending the narrow confines of negative thoughts. When you connect with your divine energy, negativity can no longer reach you. It becomes a distant echo, gradually fading away as you focus on your spiritual path and your connection to the universe. The process of semen retention then transforms into a spiritual practice that protects you from the illusions of the mind. You begin to understand the fleeting nature of negative thoughts and emotions. You understand that these aspects are not permanent, but rather passing states of mind that can be transcended through mindfulness and spiritual practice. One of the most transformative aspects of seminal retention is the development of self-control and discipline. In a world saturated with distractions and temptations, seminal retention demands a deep commitment to self-restraint. This discipline goes far beyond the physical act of retention. It permeates all aspects of life, including mental discipline and emotional regulation. Self-mastery through semen retention allows one to transform negative thoughts into opportunities for growth. Instead of succumbing to fear, anger, or anxiety, one learns to transmute these emotions into positive energy. For example, if a negative thought arises, instead of giving in to despair, acknowledge it, accept it, and then consciously choose to replace it with a more positive or uplifting thought. This mental discipline is reinforced by the energy you save by holding on to it. You no longer waste your energy on negative emotions, toxic thought patterns, or unnecessary distractions. Instead, you turn inward, channeling your energy toward personal growth, self-improvement, and spiritual elevation. Over time, this practice brings about a profound shift in your mindset. Negative thoughts become less frequent and less influential, while positive and empowering thoughts take over. Seed retention teaches you the art of self-control, which ultimately protects you from the mental chaos that negative thoughts can create. The more disciplined you are, the less susceptible you will be to the fluctuations of the mind, and the more you will align yourself with a higher state of consciousness. The path of semen retention is not always easy, and negative thoughts can arise even in moments of strength. However, the power of semen retention lies in its ability to develop resilience in the face of mental challenges. By conserving your energy, you not only preserve your physical vitality, but also strengthen your mental and emotional resilience. Seminal retention fortifies the mind by fostering a strong sense of self-awareness. This heightened awareness allows you to recognize the emergence of negative thoughts and provides you with the tools to manage them effectively. Instead of letting these thoughts overwhelm you, you begin to see them as temporary and manageable. You'd develop the ability to step back, observe them, and choose a more positive response. Furthermore, the energy you cultivate through semen retention helps stabilize your emotions, allowing you to better navigate life's challenges without losing yourself. This emotional stability is essential for protecting oneself from negative thought patterns that can arise in difficult situations. Emotional balance reduces the likelihood of impulsive reactions or succumbing to negative thoughts. Developing mental resilience through the memorization of essential information also involves learning to face life's challenges with serenity and calm. Instead of letting negative thoughts hinder your progress, you learn to use them as stepping stones to growth and fulfillment. You develop a profound inner strength and pierce that external circumstances and negative thoughts hardly disturb. This resilience acts as a protective shield for your mind, allowing you to maintain clarity and focus even in the face of adversity. Through seminal retention, your mental resilience develops, and you also cultivate greater emotional intelligence. You become more aware of your inner state, identify the root causes of negative thoughts, and address them before they take hold. This self-awareness becomes a valuable tool for maintaining your emotional balance and avoiding the trap of negative thinking. Developing resilience also involves cultivating a deeper sense of purpose. By conserving sperm, one consciously aligns their energy with their spiritual aspirations and highest goals. This sense of purpose acts as a guide, allowing them to overcome difficulties with a clear direction. Negative thoughts that once seemed insurmountable now appear as insignificant distractions in the face of this higher purpose. Over time, semen retention fosters a profound inner peace that protects you from the turmoil of negative thoughts. You develop the ability to face life's challenges with serenity and equanimity, knowing that your thoughts and emotions do not control you. You are master of your mind, capable of transforming negativity into positivity and turning every challenge into an opportunity for growth and spiritual evolution. Thus, semen retention not only protects you from negative thoughts but also develops the resilience necessary to face life's inevitable challenges with confidence, strength, and clarity. One of the fundamental principles of semen retention is the transmutation of sexual energy into spiritual energy. In many spiritual traditions, sexual energy is considered the most powerful forces in the human body, capable of being channeled toward heightened awareness and spiritual growth. By practicing semen retention, you not only refrain from ejaculating, but you also choose to redirect this powerful energy inward, transforming it into mental clarity, creativity, and spiritual vitality. Sexual energy, when retained, is neither suppressed nor repressed. It is elevated and transmuted into spiritual energy. This energy becomes a force for personal growth, allowing you to access deeper states of consciousness and connect with your higher self. By preserving your sperm, you cultivate the ability to focus your mind with precision, eliminate emotional blockages, and raise your vibrational frequency. In short, you transform a biological impulse into a source of spiritual awakening and inner strength. Negative thoughts often arise when we disconnect from our higher self, or when we allow our basest desires to dictate our actions. By transmuting sexual energy, seminal retention acts as a spiritual filter, transforming base desires into refined and elevated energy, in harmony with nobler goals and aspirations. This alchemical process not only protects you from the influence of negative thoughts, but also strengthens your ability to maintain focus and mental clarity in the face of distractions. The power of sexual transmutation also lies in its capacity to balance the body, mind, and spirit. By conserving and transmuting sexual energy, you access an inner harmony that transcends the fluctuations of the ego and the mind. This state of balance creates an energetic barrier that protects you from negative influences and harmful thought patterns. The transmutation of sexual energy provides a sense of grounding, centering, and spiritual harmony, as well as an inner peace that replaces the chaos of negativity. Ultimately, the transmutation of sexual energy through seminal retention is a powerful tool for spiritual growth and mental protection. It allows you to transcend negative thoughts, emotions, and desires, channeling your energy toward higher goals. This practice strengthens your ability to remain impervious to external negativity and to project a positive and harmonious presence, radiating peace, wisdom, and spiritual intuition. Seminal retention is not merely a practice of physical abstinence, but a path to self-mastery. Through regular practice, it develops profound mental discipline. This discipline is cultivated through the constant effort to control sexual energy and results in greater control over thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. Over time, this mastery becomes a bulwark against the negative thought patterns that often emerge from the subconscious. In a world saturated with distractions and mental confusion, the ability to concentrate is a precious and rare skill. Deep memorization gives you the mental strength necessary to focus your energy or your goals, your purpose, and your spiritual path. By retaining your semen, you train your mind to control your impulses, resist distractions, and stay focused on what truly matters. This practice gradually strengthens your mental resilience, making it easier to eliminate negative thoughts and beliefs that may have previously hindered your progress. The mental mastery gained through semen retention also promotes greater mental clarity. By conserving your energy, the mental fog that often accompanies fatigue begins to dissipate. You gain focus, your creativity increases, and your vision of the direction to take in your life becomes clearer. The negative thoughts that dominated you lose their grip as your mind becomes clearer, stronger, and aligned with your deepest aspirations. Furthermore, mental mastery through semen retention is a form of self-control. By controlling the powerful force of your sexual energy, You demonstrate great discipline and strong willpower. This strengthens your ability to master all aspects of your life, including your thoughts and emotions. You begin to understand that negative thoughts are not inevitable. They stem from a lack of self-control. The practice of mental retention allows you to transcend the fluctuations of your thoughts and emotions, choosing instead to focus on peace, clarity, and personal growth. In this process, your mental and emotional states become more stable and resilient. Negative thoughts, once a constant source of distraction, begin to sound like distant echoes, unable to disturb your inner peace. This mental mastery provides invaluable protection against the onslaught of negativity, allowing you to approach life with calm, serenity, and focus. One of the most significant benefits of semen retention lies in its ability to foster positive thought patterns. By conserving your sperm, you not only protect yourself from negative thoughts, but also actively work to replace them with positive and empowering beliefs. Seminal retention improves your mental and emotional state, fostering positive thinking and a mindset of abundance, gratitude, and spiritual growth. Positive thinking isn't just about having pleasant thoughts. It involves training your mind to focus on possibilities rather than limitations, solutions rather than problems, and empowerment rather than failure. By preserving your sperm, you access a higher energetic frequency. This energy influences your perception of the world. You begin to see opportunities where others see obstacles and to recognize the many blessings that surround you. This shift in perspective is fundamental to breaking the cycle of negative thoughts. Negative thoughts often stem from a feeling of lack, a lack of resources, love, or purpose. Seminal retention, by strengthening your connection to your higher self, transforms this perception. You begin to see yourself as a whole and complete being, deeply connected to the universe. This understanding naturally fosters more positive thinking. By recognizing that your true nature is abundant and limitless, and by becoming more aware of your thoughts and emotions, you gain the ability to choose which ones you wish to cultivate and which ones you wish to reject. Negative thoughts lose their hold when you consciously direct your attention toward those that align with your deepest aspirations and spiritual growth. Furthermore, semen retention provides you with the mental and emotional stability necessary to maintain a positive attitude in the face of difficulties. When negative circumstances arise, you are less likely to fall into a negative and reactive thought pattern. Instead, you can remain true to your positive beliefs and maintain an optimistic outlook, knowing that you have the strength and resilience to overcome any obstacle. This shift in mindset not only protects you from negativity, but also reprograms your brain to foster personal growth, success, and spiritual evolution. Seminal retention is more than just a physical discipline. It's a profound spiritual and mental practice that shields you from negative thoughts and helps you cultivate a more positive and fulfilled state of mind. By redirecting and transmuting sexual energy, you gain greater mental clarity, increased emotional stability, and deeper spiritual intuition. Negative thoughts lose their hold as you connect to a higher consciousness and develop the mental mastery needed to overcome the fluctuations of the mind. The path to seminal retention is a process of self-mastery, resilience, and transformation. By strengthening your control over your sexual energy, you simultaneously develop the inner strength needed to protect yourself from negativity. Through regular practice, you learn to identify and eliminate negative thought patterns, replacing them with positive and empowering beliefs aligned with your life's purpose. Ultimately, semen retention is a tool for personal and spiritual development. This practice protects you from negative thoughts and empowers you to overcome them, transform them, and build a peaceful life rich in meaning and clarity. By persevering on this path, you unlock your full potential, free yourself from the grip of negativity, and embrace the abundant and fulfilling life that awaits you.